Hello there. You are welcome once again to Lasting Love Couples Talk Show on television. My name is Fumi Adeyi, and Lasting Love is a forum where we talk about different issues relating to love, attractions, and challenges in marriage. It is also a platform where we learn more about what God's plans are, God's intention for marriage. My guests today have been married for 22 years. Dr. Patrick Tolani is a lawyer, is a business consultant, as well as a pastor, while his wife, Dr. Mrs. Foyeke Tolani, is a public health specialist. She's an author, as well as a co-pastor of Christ's Love Assembly, a parish of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. And together they have defined love as preferring other people to themselves. Please watch this.
I will introduce myself as Patrick Tolani. I would say a man of many parts. I'm a lawyer, a pastor, a businessman, and I have a wonderful wife and 2 children.
Introducing myself, I'm Foyeke Tolani, and I'm married to Patrick. And we have 2 children, Esther and Timothy. I'm also a public health specialist working with a charity organization in Oxford. I'm also a Christian by the grace of God. I pastor the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Christ's Love Assembly, together with my husband. And I'm also author of 2 books.
The way I proposed to my wife, she was a youth couple. And at that time, and I was in school, I was in the university, and there was no internet, there was no telephone, so I think it was through letter.
We were friends for some time, and he thought I was engaged to someone else, so we kept on being friends and just sending letters to one another. So during my youth course time in Nigeria, there was a particular letter I sent, and he just said, again, are you actually engaged? So I said, well, I'm a pre-bud. And then the next thing was he sent a letter to say, how about we being engaged and with the prospect of getting married, because in our days you really have to first propose for engagement and then go into courtship before you actually get married. So it was by a letter.
My favorite color would be white.
And my husband's favorite color, so many, but I think he likes blue, light blue, and also bright colors, because he keeps saying you wear bright things, you're very dark. But anyway, I think it should be a bright colors, I would say.
Her favorite color? I got no idea.
My favorite color, bright colors, I'd say maroon.
How romantic am I on the scale of 1 to 10? I give myself 10.
How romantic am I? On a scale of 1 to 10. No. Maybe my husband would be the best person to answer that question, but I think not bad. Maybe 6, 7.
How romantic is my wife? Because I need more. I'll say 8.
Yeah, and my husband, I would say 7. 8. Well, it's between us.
Wow, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Tolani, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on Lasting Love. Do you know how long I've been believing God that you're going to be on this show? It's been for ages, and I'm so blessed to have you here today. So thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And I have to appreciate God for your life, the simplicity, the humility. It's just amazing. God bless you.
God bless you too.
So I'll take it from you. Well, I have to commend you. You guys are, well, I'm not supposed to say guys. You,
It's okay.
you are very well read. You both have your PhD in different departments. You have your PhD in law.
No, mine is in public management.
Public management, and yours is in.
In medical microbiology.
Wow, you guys are very smart. So how did the relationship start? I'll start from you, Dr. Patrick.
Just say Patrick, so that
It's all right. I'm not sure I can say that anyway.
okay. That's fine. It started whilst we were in school. I started my university studies in law at the university that is called University of Ilorin in Nigeria.
Really?
And I was a student of law, but I was a member of what is called, I think it is still called, the Unilorin Christian Union.
UCF?
UCU.
No, UCU.
Yes.
UCU, and she was a student in the same university.
Of Ilorin as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
I went to Unilorin too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
interesting.
think I read that about you.
Oh, that's good, man.
So, but she was in the main campus, what used to be the main
Permanent
campus
site,
at
yeah.
this time.
Yeah, main campus then.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were at the
Mini.
campus.
Sure.
But we belonged to the same fellowship.
UCU.
UCU, and we belong to the same department, so which is called the publication unit.
Right.
So she was the unit head,
Right.
and I was a member of the unit.
Right.
And being a dutiful person,
I can imagine.
yeah, so she came looking for her members, and I was one of the members. But unfortunately at the time, because she didn't know my kind of regime, she didn't know that for anybody to see me, even when I was in the university, you still needed to make an appointment with me.
Really?
Yes, I was like that.
So how were they going to make the appointment?
You just have to make an appointment, otherwise you won't know my program.
I see.
And so she came, and she didn't meet me when she came to my room, and I really felt very sympathetic
Yeah.
towards her. That, oh, she came all the way from that far place, which you know, and she didn't meet me. But apparently, she probably met some members of the department. So I thought it was going to be good
To reciprocate.
yes,
Just go and check up on her as
yeah,
well.
just to go and pay her a visit.
So all the way to the
at
main campus
at
you
the
went.
main campus, maybe to compensate her. And
you liked what you saw.
and then when I visited, which was really the first time I could meet her on a one-to-one basis, I thought she was such an impressive person that was very serious, and I thought, wow, this person would challenge me. So I saw that, and I just I left it like that.
Can I quickly cut in there, sir?
Yeah.
When you saw him, was yours love at first sight? Did you like what you saw?
Oh, well, I would say that mine was love at first sight, but also a connection with the spirit. Because for a long time I've been praying to God that I don't want to make any mistake with regards to marriage. And I also prayed to God that, please, when I meet my husband to be, let me know.
Really?
So when I met him, he was actually wearing white, and I just felt, wow, oh, this guy is handsome, and Lord, what are you saying? And I kind of got a kind of confirmation in my spirit.
Really?
And that this is the person. But of course, as the leader of the team, I wasn't how to say, oh, this is the person, and then I go out and run up to him. But in our case, it was a bit tricky because you know, when you are a sister in a fellowship and you are fervent in the Lord, quite a number of brothers will be interested in you. So, and I think that was my case, and a number of people thought I was engaged, but I was really looking out for the person God wanted for me. So I think somehow along the line, he thought I was already engaged, and so we had that kind of situation. So I finished university, and then I was serving. But we remained friends.
Touch. Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately, there were no emails, no WhatsApp,
no.
None of it. So it was through letters.
Letters, yes.
And you got his letter?
So yeah, so like when I was serving, I would at least get a letter from him every week.
Oh.
And and I would always reply as well. And we kept on exchanging letters until I got a particular one where he asked that, by the way, are you already engaged? And I wrote back and said I was a free bird, and that was how it started. Yes.
You were going to tell a story?
Well, what happened, which is also to confirm that in those days, we kind of do our due diligence before we take action.
How do you mean?
Yeah, what I mean is, you don't just go all over the place doing things without confirming, just as she mentioned earlier on. When I felt, now I'm out of ESCO, which was now my final year, we had moved to what is called in Nigeria the Obafemi Awolowo University, where I had to finish my law degree, and I thought now I was free to take a decision. So I felt, okay, let me find out from a few friends about this lady. So I now found out, somebody said, oh, sorry, she's engaged.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, well, she's already engaged. And I said, well, thank God she's engaged, but I'll still keep her as a family friend. Oh. And we can still continue with our relationship. After all, you don't have to marry everybody that you meet. So, but I felt before I give up, let me just ask her herself,
exactly,
whether she was engaged or not. And that was when she said, and I quote her, she said earlier on, I'm a free bird. And I thought, a free bird might be the next.
I like that. Why not? Yeah. Of course. And were you expecting that proposal? Because you didn't seem to hesitate. You just were like, yeah, you're a free bird.
Well, I was expecting it because I had prayed. Oh, and right. I got the confirmation over and over again. So, but
and you liked it anyway.
Yes, but I wasn't in a rush to kind of show that I was expecting it, because I didn't want to kind of look cheap. So, but I just kept on saying, well, God, if it's your will and you said it is, it's going to come, and I'll wait. Yeah. So
are you going to encourage girls, young girls like that? You know what the world is in this day and age, when they have a confirmation about a young man, would you encourage them to be patient, to hold on, or to just walk up to them and tell them you like them?
I would say be patient and hold on, because if God is in it, God is able to speak to that person, and the person, if indeed is a child of God, should be able to hear God.
Would you say, or would you encourage a young girl to actually let that young man know that she's interested?
I will not, because you don't want to, I mean, in our culture, and I think maybe there's a bit of culture as well, because you don't want to portray yourself as cheap. And you also want that person to have an independent decision and to be able to hear from God. And I do tell young people that when it comes to marriage, you just have to be able to hear from God. You need to know what God is saying, because marriage is not the, kind of, it's not infatuation. Love is not infatuation.
No, not at all.
You need to be able to you have to be convinced that this is the person God wants for me. And that's why they would say, for better, for worse, come rain, come sunshine.
That's
when you've heard, you can always go back to God when it's not sunny.
That's right.
And you'll be able to say, God, you told me, you said, and then God can give you that assurance again to say, I said, just hold on. So patience is really important.
Okay, I'll come back to you. You're watching Lasting Love. We'll be right back after the break.
We'll be right